Welcome back. I got 7 new knives to share with y'all, and one of these knives is probably the most requested EDC fixed blade for me to pick up on this channel. But we got some folders as well. We're going to get started. First up, we have the new Divo Knives Premium Pony Stout. And if you didn't know, I like the Pony Stout a good bit. This is the budget one. I liked it enough to get 2 of them. Coated, non-coated, both of those are in blue micarta. And it's just a good, smaller knife, easy to carry. It's a little bit big for 5th pocket carry, but it's still an excellent utility blade shape. I can get down onto that tip if I want to. You have that almost straight edge to break down boxes and stuff like that. And it's got a nice hollow grind on it. And the premium ones have a titanium frame with an S90V blade with a beautiful raw stonewash finish. Got nice crowning up here. If I like the milled pattern on there. These are nice and smooth. It has a inset liner lock. No play. This thing's got a very, very tight lockup on it. No movement at all. It's got a reversible wire pocket clip, contoured titanium scales. I'm going to do a full video on this one. These will be available on 322 at White Mountain Knives. There's this version with the black wash titanium, and then he has a bead blasted tie with a stonewash blade, I'm pretty sure. Now we had some new Tuya knives. First up, we have the Tuya Knives Shocker. This is a pretty attractive looking knife. It's got contoured titanium scales. I went with the black PVD tie, and it has a satin finish DLC coated 20 CV blade with a beautiful deep hollow grind on it. Excellent jimping there. That jimping, once I put my thumb there, it's not going anywhere. Very, very smooth action. Rock solid so far. I know I saw my buddy Jared's video. His failed. I'm going to just keep an eye on mine to see. But I flipped it a bunch of times so far. I haven't had any issues yet. But if I do happen to come across anything, I will keep y'all posted. But definitely a good looking knife. Nice raised gear tie backspacer, blind screwed milled titanium pocket clip. There is the designer's maker's mark right there. If I can get a nice 4-finger grip on it. If you have large, extra large hands, this one might be too small for you. Good access to that lock bar. Excellent reverse flicker. Can I thumb flick it? Let's see. Thumb flick it. If you're interested in any of these, I will have them linked down below. We have the Tuya Knives and Skeleton Blade Works Hellfire. And this is a pretty sweet folder. This is a very wide pocket hog, and this is the smaller version of this knife. He has a larger version of this knife coming out, and I can't wait. This thing is a beast. So you have a flipper tab, and you have fullers on both sides that you can use to deploy the knife. I do wish they had the inlays on this side, but not the end of the world. You have almost a full-length titanium backspacer that is raised. Not sure how that'll feel when doing my testing, but I don't think it'll be a problem. You got nice chamfers on both sides as a landing pad. And I was a little worried because I saw this flipper tab that low, and that's how far the blade goes before it has to take over. But the D10 is dialed perfect on this thing. Nice and snappy, smooth action. Like I said, you can use that fuller. And being that you have that fuller all the way to the end, they can dial this D10 on the strong side and easily be able to reverse flick it. You can also slow roll it by putting your thumb down here and sliding it up that fuller. Works nice. And this one has a compound grind. You got the higher flat grind here and the lower flat grind here. CPMS 90V steel. You got jimping back here if you want to grip it choke back, but choked up is probably the most comfortable, and that jimping grabs hold of the thumb nicely. There's Jim's maker's mark right there, Skeleton Blade Works. Tell you what, to get the balance point right on such a wide knife overall is pretty darn impressive. Next up, we had the Tuya Wrath on the channel, and I like this knife a whole lot. It kind of checked a lot of boxes for me. Only thing I didn't really like is the frag. Even though I like the look of the frag, that frag was sitting on top of this pocket clip, and it kind of makes it a pocket destroyer. And the thumb studs were a little slick to my liking. You do have that front flipper, But I'll tell you what, this blade is what kind of got me excited because it's compound ground, straight back design, and this hollow grind is super thin. And you have a decently thin flat grind up here in the front. So it's sliced very, very well. S90V steel. This is a Dave Warren collaboration. And Mr. Dave Warren is such a nice human being. He sent these Tuya knives for me to review on the channel. And there's now a new V2 of the Wrath. I went with the black PVD and DLC blade. And on the V2, they changed out the thumb studs by putting volcano texture on the side. And I'll tell you what, those studs grab a hold of the thumb very quickly. Like, my thumb doesn't move whenever I catch that. I still have that contour tie. And if you look at the flipper tab, it's smaller. And instead of this little indentation right here on the scale, it's not there anymore. Not only was the texture on the frag a pocket destroyer because this clip's sitting on it, this clip is pretty darn tight. Like, just listen to that. So it didn't go out in and out of the pocket all that nice unless I had my finger right there, pulling it up, going in the pocket. Well, they redesigned the clip. Still the same looking clip, but I can flex this one a lot easier while still having good retention. But this thumb stud works great. Still got that beautiful hollow grind here and the flat grind up here in the front. Still S90V steel. Pretty darn smooth out of box. That flipper, the front flipper works good. And another thing I noticed just now is that the spine on the V2 is crowned. See how flat it is here, and you can see the crowning. Love a good crown spine. With the V2, they also have a Tanto blade. I'm not a big Tanto guy, so I asked them to check out the V2 in the same blade shape. Nice and comfortable ergos. This is an outstanding knife. Next, we have a new Amazon Knife of the Month pick, and this seems like a pretty cool knife. This is coming from FINTISO, I think it is. There, FINTISO. You have the Yin and Yang G10. We got the white on the bottom and black on the top. It's got a very subtle contour on it. You have these, looks like some fake diamonds here and here. I thought it was a Torx at first, but it's like just a little gemstone in there. And that's a lanyard post right here. Flow-through construction, 2 hourglass standoffs. This is a front flipper and it has a blade hole. And check that geared recessed spot by the pivot. And it goes along the top. I don't know if that's like a signature thing of theirs or not. It's on both sides. It's a deep carry clip that isn't set into the frame along with the screws. However, it's not too deep carry because they had to put this there, which they would have brought this all the way to the end because you still have all that sticking out. Perfectly centered blade. Once again, we have a beautiful crown spine. This time it's like a polished crown spine. Only thing bad about that is, on this one especially, is that the jimping for the front flipper is kind of slick. However, it's high enough to where I can still get my finger on it. You can reverse flick it. It's got a pretty stout detent. It's not terrible or anything. And I just got this one open yesterday, so I haven't really done much with it. It's starting to get smoother and smoother. I love the blade shape. That's kind of what drew me in. And this one is in 14C 28-inch steel. Looks like it has a okay sharpening choil. You might have a sharpening or two before to widen up. Good access to the lock bar. That crowning comes right here. You can see how it's polished. A lot of finishing work. I like the form factor. I think it's like a 3.5-inch blade. These go for $49, but if you are interested in it, definitely check to see if there's a coupon code because mine had a 40% off coupon code because, 40% off of it. Comes with nice packaging too. This is the packaging. It's like a crush-proof box with a sleeve, magnetic closure here, zipper pouch, endless exploration, endless sharp. And you get a microfiber cloth and extra hardware and a sticker. I gotta be honest, this is one of the nicer random knives I've gotten off of Amazon in a while. We have the Tkell knives and my buddy Jared Neeves knives FLN. And these are made in the US. They come in at $250. Excellent minimal kydex sheath. Nice and thick kydex. I like how they went with the brass. And it's got this pretty cool inside the waistband clip. The day I got this, I threw it on the inside of my belt and I'll show you all that right now. As soon as I got it, I decided to carry it, and I want to see how I want to end up carrying it. But right now, I got it inside the waistband or hooked to the belt, and I can easily get it out like that. And I'll probably strap it this way to either wrap reverse or crossbody. Just playing around with it. Love the sheath. Works great and very comfortable. Haven't felt it at all sitting down, driving, nothing like that. And doesn't really print either. Yeah, I've been really enjoying this one. Like Jared said, you don't really even have to think about it. I got a little texture right there on the Kydex, and where I have it right now by my belt, it catches my belt loop, and it's already in the right position. I went with the double-edged, beautiful. I forgot the finish. I don't know if I went with black oxide or the nickel boron. I don't remember, but I like that, the way they got it, like distressed looking. Yeah, they killed it. Veteran owned. The guys over at Tkell are just awesome individuals. We have Neeves Knives logo on this side. Very happy for my buddy Jared. Hope these are a huge success. He deserves it. He puts in a lot of work, and it's really cool to be able to own a fixed blade that he designed. And this right here is so comfortable. And man, with that double edge, anything I poke this thing into, it's going to be devastating. You have bolt-on denim micarta scales. They look great. They're grippy. They have some texturing on them. The blade steel on this is ADCR V2 at 61 HRC. I'm happy that these are coated because I have a few fixed blades in ADCR V2 and they're riddled with rust because I live here in the South. But I'll take care of this one. I'll put some corrosion inhibitor on it. So yeah, I'm not sure if I'm gonna review this one or not. I mean, I'll do a dedicated video on it maybe, and maybe a little bit of cut test with it. But I don't really know how to review it. You know, I don't really. This is my first tactical style knife, but boy, is it a good one. So congrats, Jared. That's super awesome. And I'm pretty sure, if I saw it correctly, these are actually available right now. They're $250. I think they're well worth it. They're super high quality, and I promise you won't be disappointed. You don't have to get it with a double edge if that's legal in your area. Now, this next fixed blade company has been the most recommended. Every time I do an EDC fixed blade video, I get at least 4 or 5 people asking me to review a knife from this company, and that is Very Good Knife Company. Made in the US. There you go, if you want to pause and read that or check them out. And I went with the Hornet. Now, the only reason I went with the Hornet is because it was the only one that they had available at this time in a stainless steel. But let's check this out. You got a really nice Kydex. I love that push-off point. I went with the black canvas micarta. It is a little slick. It's not super slick. It's not full polish, like a satin finish on it. Comes with 2 different belt attachments. You got this one and this one that comes with it. This one was $175, and here it is. This is a little bit too big for me to EDC personally. And I say that because at this length and the weight it's coming in, it's a little bit more cumbersome than I like to carry. Now, if you're a big person or you just like big knives, then it might not be a big deal. But coming in at 7.75 inches, I usually like it either there or under or lighter than this one is, because this weighs in at 5.35 ounces. And that has a lot to do with this massive chunk of 0.165 inch stock. Now, it does have a hollow grind. I can't really tell how thin it is, but I'll definitely check that in full video. Tell you what, it is comfortable in hand. You got a nice full-size handle. I like how they even beveled the side right here on both sides so you wouldn't have any sharp spots. I'll probably add a sharpening choil in there because you can see it's already starting to recurve in the back. It's a good-looking knife. But if I would have been able to get any one that I would have wanted, it would have been its smaller brother, the Wasp. However, the only Wasp they have available right now is in the ADCR V2, and these don't have coated blades, so I'm not taking that chance. Even though it's a high satin, ADCR V2 it rusts way too easy here. I'll do all my normal testing with it, and I'll let y'all know my final thoughts. But boy, I'll tell you what, this one right here, cannot wait to show y'all. Got something awesome coming. Y'all stay tuned for that. So that is everything I have for you today. Like I said, if you're interested in any of this stuff, I will have it all linked down below if it is available. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please leave those down below. I hope everybody's having an absolute amazing day. I will see y'all on the next one. Peace.